Well, good evening, everybody. This is Reverend Dr. Donia Gonzales-Copeland, and tonight this is brought to you by TLC. And TLC is a product that I sell. It's an ISO product, IASO product. And if you have health issues, go to ISO products. Answers helping you to stay fit and total life. It's a total life change. And TLC products do not cure anything. The product puts the body in balance so that the body repairs itself. And there's so many different products. I'm just going to give you the website and let you go figure it out, because I'm really going to talk to you. I'm talking to you tonight about focus on your dream. And tonight I'm going to ask you that pertinent question that everybody asks you, especially if somebody first gets to know you, and they put out their hand to shake you and they go, my name is, and then you say your name. So who are you? Who are you? Really, it's who are you? What do you want? Again, what are your dreams? And tonight we're going to focus on, for half an hour, you're going to be with me, and we're going to focus on who are you? Okay. Who am I? Well, I am a wife. I am a mother of grown children. I am the grandmother of, I just have to count them, 6 grandchildren. I'm the great-grandmother of two grandchildren, 2 great-grandchildren, both girls. I have 1 boy. I have 4 children, and I have 1 boy, and then I have 6 grandchildren and 1 boy. We're not doing good in the boy department. I'm still a therapist, but I was a school counselor. I taught in 2 universities. Actually, I taught in other universities for workshops, but I taught in, 1 college, which was Delaware Tech College, and then Wilmington University. And I taught with them for years. It was 17 years with Delaware Tech part-time, and 10 years, I think, with Wilmington University. Actually, I was with Wilmington College, and then it became a university. So I'm well-versed in psychology. That's what I know. And but I'm also an herbalist. I've been an herbalist since birth. My mother was an herbalist, her mother before her. And then on both sides of the family, my grandmother was an herbalist. She was very much into naturopathic healing. My father was born in Mississippi. My mother was born in Connecticut. And 2 different worlds. They come from, and that's something else for another time, but they come from 2 different worlds, and they met. And so then they had me. Actually, by right, I have no brothers and sisters, but I was raised with cousins, 4 boys to be exact. And so they were my older brothers. We were not, we never had things where this is your cousin or this is your stepbrother or this is, no, we don't do that in this family. Okay, let me see what I left off with the great-grandchildren. I have written 2 books. I'll put those down in the chat section, and put the ISOT products in the chat section along with my website. But that's pretty much me in a nutshell. I am retired and now working on my second life. I had a store for 2 years, and I'm closing it because I really want to do some things, and I really want to be free to do those things. And I had other people with me, and that was okay. But one of the things that I've learned is that you don't let other people either make you or break you. And you've got to have good partnership. And it wasn't to say that they weren't good people, but they didn't have the partnership skills as far as I was concerned, because they didn't have the vision that I had. You have to have a goal and a vision, and that goal and vision has to be in unison with yours. So that's pretty much who I am. A lot of times when people ask you who you are, you always give them the basics like I just gave them. But you really don't give them the real who you are, the natural who you are. what it is you want to accomplish, what it is you want to be. You tell them the surface. But when you get down to the root of it, you need to be telling them who you are really and who you want to be, what you want to accomplish, if they're interested. Because a lot of people say two things that I notice, and that is people will say, who are you? And then sometimes people will say, how are you? And if they really want to know, that's what really kind of ticks me off. They really don't want to know, they shouldn't ask. Okay. And sometimes when you ask, you get a little bit more than what you really asked for. Because there are some people, I have some friends, well, they're associates actually. So I have some associates that I'll say, hey, how are you doing? If I haven't seen them for a long time. Oh, and I go, oh God, here it goes. Because it's stuff that, because I'm a counselor, I guess they figure I need to know. And I really don't need to know this. And I have empathy for everybody, but sometimes it's just a little bit much. But getting back to who you are. So when you walk into a room and people look at you, and let me give you an example. If you walk into a room and you know everybody, you're at ease. And they pretty much know you, and they pretty much, at least they know the outer you. Because there's layers of you. And we won't go into that. That's a whole psychology lesson for another time. But there's layers of you. So a lot of the people know the outer you. Some people know the inner you a little bit more because they know you a little bit further. But when you walk into a room and you know people, or pretty much know most of the people there, you're at ease because you know these people, you've seen these people, and you're very comfortable with these people. However, when you walk into a room where there's little or no people that you know, you get kind of shaky. Hands start to sweat. Get a little nervous. You kind of look around and you wonder to yourself, what the heck am I doing here? Well, you have two alternatives. One is to run and get the heck up out of there real fast. Actually, you have three. One is to stand back in the corner and watch everybody have fun or whatever it is that you have to do. And I'm talking about fun situations. Or that's two. Or three is to size the room up and go around and make some friends, shake hands with people. When you're doing business, that's also very important. But, you shake hands with people. Hi, how are you? My name is, and I am. And that lightens, actually, it does two things. First of all, that lightens your load of, I'm the new kid in town, so to speak. And that makes people want to know a little bit more about you because you've got culture and you've got class and you've got grace. And you're not afraid to brave the unknown. So that's part of the thing that we have to learn. The next thing is, okay, once you put yourself out there and you've introduced yourself and you've gone around the room and you've said hello to people and, when you've introduced yourself again, I've said that twice, and they kind of know you, then you focus on the conversations. And you tell yourself, where do I fit in with all of this? Who do I want to talk to? What will I benefit by talking to this person or that group of people or whatever? Do I pick a person that's by themselves and talk to them because they're a little bit, I don't know, distant maybe? Or do I want to talk to a plethora of people? Or do I want to talk to a group of people? A plethora meaning various different people. I would always go with the plethora one because then I'm learning. Now, this is just, remember that, let me say this before I say anything else. When you're doing business, you've got to get to know people. So getting to know people is to try to find out what they're into. That's why I say I would talk to a plethora of people, because, it's very important to get to know the people, to ask around, what is it that you do? Oh, what do you do? All right. That's not what I would ask when I first introduced myself. Then I would go back and start talking and engaging in conversation. And because in turn, they're going to ask you what you do. And then you tell them, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, whatever. I'm an Indian chief, you know. Um, and, then this helps you engage in a conversation. Okay, when you're engaging in a conversation, then you are acting, for lack of a better word, acting appropriately. Because then some people will walk out of there. Let's say there's 100 people in the room. At least 10 people should have met you, engaged in a conversation with you, and have your business card. Okay? And gone away feeling, I'd like to know her or him a little bit better, or him or her, however how it goes, a little bit better. I'd like to focus in on, and there's that word, focus in on, what it is that they do. I'd like to go to a lecture or a presentation or something that person is doing, because I want to know who that person is. So in order for them to know who you are, you have to know who you are. And that's kind of hard sometimes, because, we're so busy. I say this all the time, and I'll probably say it for days and days and days until you get it. We're so busy knowing our kids, knowing that our kids have to go to the dentist, knowing that our kids have to go to the doctors, knowing that our kids have a soccer practice, that our kids have ballet lessons, that our kids have a meeting at the school, whatever. We're so busy knowing what our husband, I bet you 9 out of 10 people who are married right now, the wives can tell you exactly where their husbands have to be at such and such time. But we don't know who we are. Okay, so it's very important for you, especially in business, to know who you are, because people are going to want to know who you are. What are you selling? You have to sell yourself first before you get into a business or go into a business. Okay, and once you go into that business, you've got to present yourself in such a way that people want more of it or more of you, or both. Okay, if you're making chocolates, for instance. Okay. And that's a good one, because so many people go out into the world and they make chocolates. Let's pick fudge, for instance, because I make a pretty good fudge. Do I want to sell it? No. Okay. So let's pick fudge. And let's pick vanilla fudge and chocolate fudge and penuche. And maybe some people don't know what penuche is. Look it up. Okay. And those are my 3 greatest fudges. Okay. And I make a chocolate with walnuts, and I make a vanilla with walnuts, and then I have my plain, and I have penuche with walnuts, and I have plain. All right. Those have got to be the 3. There's something about that fudge, okay, fudge, that has to be really, really great in order for you to sell it. Now, most people that I've met, okay, can't pull it off. But there's always that one person that can, because it really isn't the fudge that she's selling or he's selling. It's the whole package, because you have to present it. You have to look good. And I don't mean like a movie star, but you have to look good. You have to look clean. Your nails have to be clean, all of that. You have to have makeup? No, but you have to look good. All right. You have to present yourself. And then the package has to look good. The fudge has to look good. It has to be cut evenly, packed evenly. And then the wrapping in it. You ever notice how at whatever holiday, Christmas, Hanukkah, Festival of Lights, whatever, you get a package, and the package is, I'll say me. I line up my little packages. And the ones that I open really, really fast are the ones that are actually wrapped so nicely, because I am not a wrapper. I do not know how to wrap a gift. I know how to present a gift, but I don't know how to wrap it. So I've had to find creative ways to do things because I am not that wrapper. My mother could wrap gifts and they would look so beautiful. I always felt when I was younger, why wrap a gift if the kids are going to tear the paper off? Now I get little bags and I put them in, but I make the bags look good. Somebody did something, I don't know who it was, but they should be pissed when they made those bags. But before they made bags, I would get little paper bags and stamp them and put the little bows on them and everything like that. So I was creative in my own sense. But they make the bags. I buy a bunch of bags. I start buying bags now till Christmas, and then I put all the things in a bag. I put them in when somebody's birthday, I put it in a bag. With somebody's wedding, I put it in a wedding bag. You know what I mean? I'm that bag person. But I make the bag, I put bows and little ribbons and all kinds of things in it to make it look special. So again, back to the fudge. Okay, I'm going to sell this fudge to you, and I've got to sell it. So I've got to present it in such a gift-wrapped way that when people open it up, they go, they first of all don't want to open it because it's so beautifully wrapped. And then when they open it up and they taste it, it should bring tears to your eyes. Maybe not tears, but that's what I'm using. All right. That's how you have to present yourself, who you are. That when you walk away from that person or persons, part of you stays with them for a while. Not your perfume, not your funk, but you, because you opened up. You were like a gift that they opened you up and they found you to be pleasant. And pleasantries are very, very important. Okay, especially in business again. And you've got to understand that you've got to create a persona, all right, that is really you, not phony you, but really, really, really down and deep you. Because everybody has a persona. There were some people, I wonder about it, but I keep saying that everybody has a persona. Because there are some people that are so layered with, I don't want to say evilness. I want to say the troubles of life that they haven't gotten rid of, or they haven't talked out, or they haven't screamed out, or they haven't thrown out. Every day you have something happen to you. It's an everyday occurrence. Every day somebody says something or does something, or you read something, or you see something, whatever. Your offices, your eyes, your mouth, whatever. You might ingest something that isn't good. Every day something happens during that day to not make you feel good. And every night before you go to bed, you should take it out and throw it out like it's the trash. Okay? Hard to do sometimes, I know. Because if you let garbage come in and come in and come in, all of a sudden it rises to the top, and I'm telling you, it ain't pretty. Being a therapist, I know this. But even being myself, I know this. So every day you let go. Some people think that they're entitled to you. And what I mean by that is they're entitled to come move into your house, not your household, your space. Move into your life and linger there. And sometimes their lingering is good because good friends, a husband, wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, your children, but sometimes their lingering ain't so good. And you have to tell them, you have to stop them and say, okay, wait a minute, you're coming over into my territory. I will not have this, I will not have this, and I will not have this. Now we can be friends. Okay? But there are certain boundaries that I'm going to set up with you now so that you know not to step over my boundaries. Don't call me after a certain time. Okay? even I have rules like unless something is really bad, do not come to my house unless you call me, because I'm really busy. I don't have a schedule like I used to. When I was on schedule, couldn't catch me anyway, but I still have things I want to do. I have things I want to accomplish. Okay. And even with my daughter being here, that's kind of hard. But like I said, this is the week that she goes. So I'll get everything back the way I want it. Okay. My housekeeper will help me with that. And I'll be back on my routine again. Because with the stroke, I've always been pretty much I don't want to say straight in line, because I've never been straight in line, but I've had a line drawn for me where I could go, and this is what I could do, and this is where I put things, and this is where I have things. And now I have to have that because I can't not know where things are. I can't not walk over stuff or walk around stuff, because it's sometimes very hard for me to do that. So I've got to know who I am at all times. And I know who I am and whose I am, by the way. Okay, we'll talk about that at another time. But I have to know who I am at all times. I have to know where most of my stuff is at all times. Now it's different now because, like I said, my daughter and her 2 kids are here. And so she puts things back. I'm not going to ever say she doesn't or anything like that, but she doesn't put it back exactly the way that my housekeeper and I, because my housekeeper was sent, when I had the stroke, to be able to help me get things back in order. Okay. I have a small disability, which doesn't enable me to walk straight anymore. I don't always think, I do think straight, but I don't think quick like I used to. So things have to be in complete order for me. So that's what I'm saying. And when people move into your space, it's anybody, and they take over your space, you have to remind them, you can't do this because this is my space and this is the way that it has to be. So that's pretty much what I'm saying. Now, I think the other thing is, we've got 9:22 already. The other thing is, when people are asking you, who are you? You don't have to tell them everything. Save the secrets for you and whoever you've chose to tell your secrets to. All right? Because sometimes when people get a little bit too much information, or they want too much information, when it gets out there and when it gets back to you, it wasn't even what even happened. So save some of the secrets for you. 3 things I don't allow in my space. The first thing is gossip. I don't gossip about people because I don't want to hear that I said something. And I really don't care if people gossip about me. They gossip about Jesus Christ. I'm no better. But I'm just saying, I don't allow gossip around anybody. Anybody to come to me with gossip, because I really don't want to hear it. I don't want to know that somebody's husband is cheating on his wife, or somebody's wife is cheating on her husband. I don't want to know that they're doing bad, because I don't want anybody to do bad. The second thing that I don't do is get out of my lane. Okay, I stay in my lane. And that's about as brief as I can make it. When you get out of your lane and you go over your fence, you're going on different territory. You need not go there. The only time you go out of your lane is when you're invited to come across the street. Okay? If I see something happening in my neighborhood, I look to see, do I have to call the police? I look to see if that person's okay. It really happens down here, but it does happen. I look to see if that person is okay. Okay? And I'll call the police, like I said, and then I go into my house. Okay, if not that person needs me or they're hurt or something like that, I'm right there. But if it's some foolishness or something like that, I don't want to be in it. And the last thing that I don't do, I don't play kiddie stuff. Okay, if I talk on the phone, it's mostly business or to a couple of my friends. But I don't play from phone to phone with the gossip of the day. Okay? I don't feel that it's necessary for women, especially, to drag down other women. I don't feel that it's necessary for us to be on the phone all day unless it's business and we're making some money. Because to me, it's just a waste of time. I can't fathom anybody spending their life on the phone just chit-chatting. And those are the things that I really can't. I'm taking my glasses off because I don't know whether you can see it on here, but I'm getting glare in my eyes. All right, and whatever. But anyway, so the question that you could ask yourself tonight is, who are you? Okay. You may have to get in front of the mirror and go, who am I? I have to do that from time to time. What do I want? What do I want to be when I grow up? Because you're always growing up, by the way. You're never really fully an adult. You may think you are because of your age, but you're really not. Now, before we go, let me tell you a little bit about ISOT. I was going to, but somehow or other Anyway, I'm going to do the tea today, and I'll start with the tea. ISOT is total life changes. And like I said, I put it up in the box along with my my website. And I also wrote 2 books. I guess I'll put those up there too. And then that way you can go on the site and look at the books and see if you want them. I wrote 2 herbal books. So and I don't know. I read them. They're pretty. The second one seems to be better to me, but you know, I mean, I think anybody when they first start out writing, you know, you got to take baby steps with it and everything. And they're both books that you can actually have fun with because they have recipes in them, and you can do the recipes with your children or your friends or something like that. So I'm putting the books are up. They're in the comment section. It's 9:27. Yeah, okay. And I'm getting ready to go close this out. I thank God for all of you. I thank God for allowing me another day. I thank him for his wisdom and his mercy. And I thank him for allowing me to talk to you. So I will see you tomorrow, God willing, and the creek don't rise. God bless you. Have a safe night. And remember to focus on your dream and ask yourself the question, who are you? See you next week. Bye-bye for now.